All right, guys. I'm here with another video. In this video, what I'm planning to do is create a dashboard, a new resource group, create a storage account in that resource group, create a new SQL Server instance, and then create a database as well. And then finally create a ADF instance. I'll just briefly touch base on these points. What is a dashboard? So dashboard, think of it as like a place where you can quickly refer to your resources, and then you have the ability to pin your resources to your dashboard. Resource group, the resource group, think of it as the way of structuring your project. Generally, there are two ways of how you structure the resource group. The method A would be, let's say you have a project which deals with storage account, SQL Server, database, ADF, things like that, right? You put all the related stuff in one resource group. The other method of structuring your resource group would be, let's say, putting all your ADF in one resource group, all your databases in another resource group. I wouldn't personally recommend that approach, but yeah, it's something which you can obviously go for. Um, and resource group is, you can think of it like a folder in which you could put a lot of other stuff. Yeah, so it's more like a logical unit than anything else. And yeah, so let me start doing the demo. First, let me create a dashboard. So if I'm logged into the portal, right? Portal.azure.com. And if I come here to the dashboard, let me create, for the sake of this demo, create a new dashboard, and we'll be using the same dashboard throughout this series. So why not? Um, let's say ADF for YouTube, right? And there you go. That's an empty dashboard, and I'll pin resources to it once we start creating. So let's create a resource group. Resource group, these are the ones I already have. Ignore them. We're just going to create a new one. So inside the resource group, we're going to put all our resource like ADF, SQL Server database, storage account. Okay, so you need to have a subscription in order to obviously use Azure. So resource group name, I'll maybe use like a ADF demo, right? And region, I'll pick something which is closer to me, so I don't incur any extra network costs, right? And same for my all resources. I'll put them near to each other so the network cost can be reduced, right? I won't worry about the tags, but something you can put them. I'll go create, um, and yeah. So let me pin that to the dashboard, which I just created a while ago. Now I'll get into the resource group. Let's start creating the resources. I'll start with the storage account, right? And there you go. So it has picked my resource group, but automatically I'll pick the location that's closest to me. Storage account name. Now it's generally good to have some sort of standardized or a convention to name your resources. Like for example, uh, something like Azure Storage, and then I'll just put my initials, right? And this storage account name has to be globally unique, so it's something else you need to be you need to be cautious of. I'll just go with the standard one. We don't need to go with the premium one for this series. Locally rendered is fine. If we go to the advanced one now, we'll touch base on these later on. It's just validating what we have set up. So I'll just right. So while now that's created, I'll pin this to the re- to the dashboard as well. So we have created the storage account. Let's go to the resource group, which is so if you go to the dashboard, you see the your resource group which we created in first step is there, and then the storage account which we added. So if we go to the resource group, now sorry, that's the that's the resource group. If I create now a database, right? I'll go with the SQL database. It's just like a normal SQL server, except now it's in the cloud, right? So the resource group, I'll select ADF demo, right? The database name, and it's better to use some sort of convention. So, but I'll pick something like Azure training, right? But the database doesn't name doesn't have to be globally unique. But what needs to be unique is the server name. So if I have to create new server name, this happens to be unique. That's good. For the we by the way, this is like a compulsory step, so we need to set up an AD admin. Otherwise, it won't let me create an just for the just to show you like it won't allow me. So we need to set it. I'll pick myself up, right? Uh, and then yeah, uh, Elastic pool that would be necessary if we have like a pool of like multiple databases. But in our instance, we're just using single database. Development is fine because we want to reduce the cost. Now you could choose two models. Either you could you could select your database based on either weak core based modeling purchasing model or DTU. I'll just go with the basic one, right? And DTU basic one. That's apply. Locally redundant is fine for me. Uh, I'll come to this section later in another video, but for now we just um, use existing data. If you have like a backup data which you want to bring in, you could do that and bring that in. But for our case, we just start a brand new. Okay, collation, just keep it default for now. And let's create and review. Uh, SQL Server and database generally takes like around 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So Okay, while this is getting deployed, let's create Azure Data Factory because it's taking more time than I was anticipating. So if I create, by the way, you guys would be thinking it's the training for ADF and we have to create storage account and SQL Server database because in order to do anything with ADF, you need to have at least bare minimum, at least like a SQL Server storage account, so we can showcase the use cases of what we can do with ADF. So while the SQL Server deployment is running, let's create an data factory instance. So if I that's data factory, same resource group and Australia East version 2. Keep it like you have version. Okay, they have deprecated V1, but V2 is the one which has data flows in it. So as I mentioned, it's generally good practice to follow a convention for naming. Right, and this has to be globally unique as well. So I'll create an for the Git configurations. I'll touch base on the Git configurations later on. For networking, we'll have to come back to this section in another video. But for now, I'll just create. Let's see if the database. It's still the SQL Server and database is still in deployment mode. Is in the progress, right? This one is created. What I'll do is the data factory, go to the resource, pin this to the dashboard, right? For the database, I'll finish this video and show in the next video once this is deployed. Thanks for watching.